Good afternoon, everyone, as it is here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where I am webcasting today. When you are listening to me anywhere on this God's green acre, you are folks who want to establish a home business. And we've been doing that here at Worldprofit.com for over 20 years, going on to 25 years. And in my personal career, I've been helping nonprofit organizations, home-based business organizations, small businesses for over 50 years. So I bring a great deal of experience, a lot of experience to the table. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Lant. I am the CEO and founder of the greatest home business maintenance and creative company in the world. Our métier is your home-based wealth. And starting today, we have a new series of programs, and we should begin with some serious commentary about home-based businesses. People say, what is that red gown you're wearing? This is my academic gown, my PhD from Harvard. And I wear it at significant turning points in my life. The first time I wore it was in 1975, when I was made a PhD from Harvard University. From time to time over the last 40 years, it seems so unbelievable. I can't believe it. It surely must be a misprint or something, a typo on the program. 40 years, I have a significant interval in my life worn this gown as a symbol of what it entails. The motto of Harvard University is Veritas, truth. I have striven to live by that memo, that special over 70, well, not quite, let's say not quite 70 years old, but pushing it. And the bottom line is what I want to talk about today is how we can assist you create a home-based business that will be yours for your life, your children's life, and their children's life as well. My special guest today, Christopher, our wag from Cornwall in England. He will have some, so we say, interesting comments, and we need to supply the rest of the adjectives. Christopher, welcome to the program. This is the first program in our new series of programs. We are the longest running series of programs on the internet, and from time to time we bolster our theme. Today we've gone back to our core. Home-based business success, online business success from here. And the first piece of advice I'm going to give you folks is don't just come here once and disappear. Come here every day. Every day, I will webcast every day. I promise you a piece of information that is worth money in your pocket. If you're not here to get it, you won't have it. Christopher, why don't you give the folks one of your usual, shall we say, pointed introductory remarks, and we'll commence our program.
Yes, those of you who know what a home-based business is, it's something you can do from home, obviously, but it's not something that you can do easily alone to be able to do it, because more than one way to do it, and there's the right way and the wrong way. We show you the right way.
And what we're doing today is we're launching a lifetime's, I hope it's a lifetime's worth of connections between you and us. We exist to help you. But if you don't work with us, we can't do anything. So the first thing I want to do is greet our friends at Google and our friends at Twitter and their involvement with us, and the fact that we are here, as we say we are, to help their clients all over this world establish home-based businesses. And I wanted to give you a sort of a tour de l'horizon, what kind of business we're talking about. The royal family of England calls its home-based business the firm. And you think, well, the Windsors live yes, they do. They live above the shop. And they laugh amongst themselves. So first of all, you can be a queen and have a home-based business. Would you care to comment on that? How many people do you think actually realize that they live in the what they call the firm above the shop?
Yes, and they live and breathe their business. They don't concentrate on anything else.
Oh, Christopher, you're so smart. You stole my very point. The Windsors work for the good of the Windsors and the nation. You notice the order in which I put those two words by design. How many of you ever thought that a Queen of England ran a home-based business? Well, she does. And so do all the members are the clerks and the employees, they ought to get a stipend, you know, they want to live at home. I believe we're probably the first people at a recorded program anywhere on earth that started off by calling the Queen of England shopmaid, proprietress.
Yes.
Oh, the first time.
Well, Bonaparte said that the British are a nation of shopkeepers, so he must have known something.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about myself. Christopher's going to tell you something about himself. We want you to know that we understand your predicament, that we have been there, done that, and emerged with the profits. And that's what this whole program is about. Every day, I shall tell all you would-be home-based business folk, be you established already and not doing so well, be you wishing that you could do it. I'm going to give you a piece of advice that's worth money in your pocket. But if you're not here to get it, every day between 1 and 2 Eastern Time, you get it. And we will not certainly go out of our way to help people who could not spend a short period of time on their own behalf. I am a home-based business owner. I live in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I've been a home-based business owner now since 1977. It all began. Since 1977, I have not had a paycheck. And yet, if you saw my office, which will, by the way, because one of the things we will do in the secrets is do a tour of my home-based office. You will all, and I'm going to tell you the next statistic for a purpose. I spent between $3.5 million and $4 million on this single room, thus proving that either I'm mad as a hatter or proving that the whole goal of a home-based business is to live the way you want to live, do the things you want to do, be with the people that you want to be with, mix with the customers you want, and so on. Being a home-based business proprietor is a statement of independence, of entrepreneurship, and a desire to live the way you want to live. And I think some of you say, "My God," he said, 3.54 million. I absolutely did. For one room, called the Blue Room. And if you stick around long enough, you'll see some pictures of it that are coming out of my autobiography. You'll also see some pictures of it when we do the tour. Because one of the things that I'm very keen of is that home-based business will understand. You call the shots. If you don't like the way your room looks, I didn't want to live in a standard East Coast apartment, so I turned it into a palace. You can decide if you sell enough products from your home-based business. Christopher, you want to speak to this? Because every home-based business owner has the right, and possibly the need, certainly the desire, to live and work the way they wish.
Yes, well, I've been trying to run a home-based business since 1998. And from 1998 until 2006, I spent lots and lots of money, but I didn't make any. And then I found Worldprofit and showed me how to do it right. And now I am making money, so I truly do have a home-based business.
Now, every person looking in the window, and right now that's in the high 80s or the low 90s, it's bouncing around. We are here to help you along the road. I'm going to give you a number. I hope that it scares your witness. 0.5% of people who embark on the home-based business path fail. Never make a dime. Don't create a valuable property. Don't have something to leave to anyone. 95%. I'm going to ask the people in this audience to join me in a pledge that you will eschew the 95% by following my advice. And it's not all going to be given today. It's going to be given step by step over the course of the next weeks, months, and years. If you will listen to what we say, avoid the 25% and embrace the 5%. Who in this room wishes to be amongst the 5%? I do, and I am. Christopher, do you wish to be among the 5%?
I do, and I am.
Anybody else? Who else wants to say, I do, and I am? And by the way, if you're not yet in the 5%, say so. It's no crime to be born into lower order. It's very much a crime to stay there. You understand what I'm saying? And all of you Twitter feed addicts, Take that quote and send it over your network. It's no crime to be born poor, but it certainly is to die poor. That's an abomination. I'm not seeing all the people in this room that I want to see. I need to see Michael Camiri. I need to see Wallace Johnson. I need to see Lynn Elsie. I need to feel the love and support of the people in our home-based business team. Every single one of you. I'm talking to you. Christopher, it's so sad. As mean as I have met over the... Remember, I've been doing this now for almost 50 years. I've been helping... I look in the mirror and think, well, you're pretty good looking for a codger. Yikes. Oh my God, codger Jones in my future.
I'm saying nothing.
It's not the saying that the problem is the looking. I want everyone to understand it is painful to talk to people whose dreams have gone up in smoke because they didn't know how to run a home business. If you stay with us over the next months and weeks and years to come, that will not be you. Because one of the many features that we dealt with in this program will be, I will talk to you direct. I will be the interactive CEO, consultant, expert, connoisseur of home-based businesses, if you wish. And I will talk to the people. If you wish me to talk to you at any time during this program, write me a sensible question. Don't send me anything too long, so we can take a look at it and give you a coherent answer. If it takes more time to look at it, we'll look at it after the program. The important thing is this. This is interactive. And there is, and let me put this out to you very clearly, there is not, nor do I believe that there ever will be, another CEO in this world who will help you live on an international hookup wherever you are in Bangladesh, or Manila, or Argentina, or Sacramento, California. I don't care where you are. If you need help establishing your home business, Christopher and I and all the monitors, and George Kosh, and and Sandy Hunter, and all the people who help. Sandy Hunter and George Kosh, our two co-founders of me. These are people who are alive, caring, concerned, available, and God only knows are they ever honest and great people of integrity. Christopher, would you care to address that subject?
Yes. I'll say, well, it covers all three of you. Actually, I've always been able to contact you whenever I wanted to, whether it's on here, by email, or by telephone. And George and Sandy are just an email away, and they do respond very, very quickly. Let me tell you an interesting story, since we're trying to do new slants to new wine in old bottles. This whole company exists because George Kosh, ex-Air Force captain of the Canadian Air Force, wanted to go into this private sector. He didn't know anything about marketing. And technology was his bailiwick. By God, the man knows about technology before anybody even dreams it up. He invents it. But he wasn't sure about marketing. So he called me one day, and I was my usual clipped, abrupt, sharp, pointed, in other words, a totally charming person on the phone. What do you want? Why do you want it? Why are you calling? How much have you got? I built an empire on sharp words that were coherent and pointed. Some of you say, well, you speak so harshly. No, I speak with the voice of money. You can when you're right, if you want soft cuddlies, go to one of the bathroom tissue companies like Charmin and see if they'll give you a part-time job. Christopher George Kosh called me more than once, and he started asking me questions right away. And I said, have you read my book? Well, no, sir, I haven't. Well, then, for God's sakes, man, read the book. He asked the instructor to define the course. And yes, it was certainly the winds of, that was direct. I believe that everyone in this room probably has a story about how I handle people on the phone. And you all disapprove of me strongly. But if you disapprove of me strongly, but here I am, the richest of all. How does it work? What's wrong with this picture? Christopher, do you want to comment? Did you ever get a blast of fiery hot air from this old coop? Once or twice, yes.
I heard you had to go to the hospital for a skin patch.
And afterwards I thought to myself, what the hell did I say? You know.
You existed in the wrong space at the wrong time. This entire company with its vast worth would not have existed at all if I hadn't put my phone number in books, which was a standing and an invitation, not just an implication, but a standing invitation to call me. If George had decided not to pick up the phone, and despite the fact that in the book or the catalog, he had a copy of one of my catalogs, Surefire Business Success Catalog, by the way, goes back, my God, 50 years now, that catalog. This company would, if you want to know what promotion can lead to, look at Worldprofit.com. Look at all the people involved all over the world. That came about because of a piece of promotion. Call me now, 617-547-6372, and unhesitatingly I give my whole out over the air, as I have been doing for nearly half a century. All you folks who are, oh, you're nervous, Nellies, someone's going to call you. Yes, that's the idea. Someone's going to call you. And it may well be a person, and it was here in terms of George Koch. Now, here is Lou Paquette. Let me explain what I know about Lou. Lou does not want to proceed. He has a home-based business. And I'm going to ask him a couple of questions here. And this is the kind of consultation people like Christopher and I will provide you with on a case-by-case, ad hoc basis every day. We will talk to you about what you need, and we will promise you one thing only. We'll never lie to you. You won't like what we say necessarily. You'll be horrified by what we say. So you wish that we wouldn't say it. We are constitutionally incapable of lying, and no one in the staff ever will. And Christopher, you want to speak to the issue, because we live in the midst of the internet, the people who lie up, down, day, night, and up and in my lady's chamber.
This is not a program or an email message that says, give me $120 today, and by next month you will have 30 cents. That is never, ever going to happen. You have to work at a home business, and we show you how and where to work.
We've been here doing it. We're not going to tell you how to do things that we haven't done ourselves. You want to know what it's like to be in the trench and the foxhole? Ask me. I've been in it long before you. And now take doing this thing, Christopher. It makes happy. I asked people their age. I asked Dale Thompson today, Dale, how old are you? He said, 55. I said, well, when you were 5 years old in rompers, snuffling on your teddy bear and eating graham crackers, I was out making money and helping small businesses around the world make money. That's all a remarkable picture. If you're under 50, you weren't even born when I started out of the home-based business field. Christopher, you want to speak to that? And then we're going to talk to Lou Paquette.
Yes, well, you're still a youngster compared with me, but I'll listen to what you have to say.
Yes, but Todger jump keeps me alive. Grumpiness is the few hard laws. I recommend it for all you toads out there who want to be petted. I don't pet, I kick in the rump, and it works. I want to speak now on Lou Paquette, because he's been in here for a bit. He's from Canada. Lou, you are on the camera. Your remarks will be flashed across the world. They may be on Twitter right now, for all I know. What else can I just out of freedom? We're going to tell you, now, Lou, do you want the truth? You want the truth? You know what Jack Nicholson said? You can't handle the truth. Lou, are you trying to build an institution? Because that's a small business and what it is. You should be aiming, just because it starts at home doesn't mean it isn't worthwhile. Au contraire. By the way, every signer of the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America ran a home business. What do you think Monticello is, or Mount Vernon? Those are home businesses. Well, they look like big plantations. Yep, those are the whole business. And people who make it like to flaunt it. I'm one of them. Here, Christopher, I want to talk to us. Lou Paquette wants to do it for free. He doesn't want to invest anything. Doesn't want to invest any time. He wants it all to be free. You care to give him a blast of your majesty tongue
Oh, yes, you're treading on very dangerous ground, Lou, thinking you can do something for free, because free costs you one hell of a lot of money. Believe me, I've been there.
Now, Lou, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do here. If you want to make money in your business, I'm your guy, Christopher's your guy, we're going to work it out right here. Right before the whole world, so the whole world sees how we handle people when they come in here. We are here to put money in your pocket. If that's not what you want, then you must do it your own way. Do you understand? I'm going to ask you to answer one simple question. Do you want a business that produces money, actual, satisfactual, coin to the realm? Or do you want to chintz around, saving a nickel here, spending a nickel over there, achieving nothing? I personally, and listen to me, world, and listen to me well, all you Tweeterites, I will not work with any person who is so deluded who thinks under the illusion of trying to build a home business out of nothing is a possible way of attack. It isn't. It won't work, can't work, and I won't be there to help you. I'm here to help the people who have a realistic view of what it takes for money. Try again, Lou, because right now I'm losing interest in helping you. Now, Lou, if you followed my advice, I could turn you into a millionaire. But Lou, you're giving the advice here, not me. You're deciding. I guess that's the wrong question. You don't want to spend any money. You're advising yourself. You came into a place where people are knowledgeable about what you want, and you're advising yourself. Physician, heal thyself.
There's no such thing as a wrong question, Lou.
But there are answers that you're not going to like. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you want money in your pocket, or do you want to play with popsicle sticks? I don't want to touch, deal with, smell, or perceive any person who doesn't have a sincere, honest desire to create a home-based business for the agents. Not just for 2 or 3 years, not just to earn money to send your kids to Disneyland. I want to deal with people who want a business that rolls on, makes money, and grows. The state of New Mexico has a grand motto, Crescat Eundum. It grows as it goes. And by God, if they can do that down in Truth and Consequences in New Mexico, they can do it here. Now, shall we try again, Lou? Would you like to tell me what your desire is? Success, real, tangible, and financial, or looking around? I don't do looking around. There's a clause in my contract that says if a looking around person gets within 5 feet of me, shoot him dead. Well, Mr. Chris, he's absolutely stymied now. He's not talking at all. He has his great chance here with us. I already own 2-line biz defaults. Well, my God, man, what do you think we've been doing here for the last 23 years? This is the traffic center for every home-based business in the world. Treaterites, hear me. This is the center for every traffic need that you'll ever have. Anything else you can suggest. My God, man, I'm serving you the mightiest feast since Lucullus. In the days of the Roman Republic, and you say, well, boy, you want it different. Oh, I love that steak. Can you give me a game pie? Lou, do you realize how insulting that line is? It's a prime insult. And I can't help you until you understand that we already have and have had for 23 odd years exactly what you need. And you come in here and you walk in. Yeah, I know you sell great cherry pies, but can I have an apple? Yeah, right in the smackaroo. Chris, please help me before I do something rash.
Yeah, it's up to online business, Lou. Are you making any money? That's good.
If you're making any money, why are you being so cheap about traffic? We can supply you with the traffic that will turn you into a millionaire. Do you understand me? I'm going to say again. We can supply you with the traffic and you need to turn yourself into a millionaire. Did you get that? I don't think you did. Well, we can give you a hand and foot on the traffic you're going to need to build building on it. Lou, I'm not sure you got that. Did you get it, Lou? Did you get it, man? We have right now the traffic that you require. We will have tomorrow the traffic that you require. We've been doing this for 23 years in this state, and we are a Canadian company. That's right. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am here to avert. Oh, you see, Lou, Christopher, I'm biting my tongue. I need this tongue, so please take over for me here. He's looking us over. Members, what do you think? Will you condescend to be reviewed, looked over? Listen, friends, the only person I'm allowed to look over is my neurologist. She's young, she's cute, and she does wonders for my nerves. Lou?
Well, if you look at everything we got here, Lou, you'll be here until the day hell freezes over.
I'm not going to make Lou an offer. I'm going to let him drift. And Lou, I want you to, when you sit down at your computer tonight, and you can't find any traffic, I want you to remember my name, Dr. Jeffrey Lant, CEO of Worldprofit.com for 23 years. And I want you to understand that I could have solved your traffic problem for life, starting now, but you wouldn't let us. You knew better, so you know what I did to you? Arrivederci. Someone can do that another way, but I'll just stick to the classic Italian. Arrivederci. Now, happy? I'm not selling you a damn thing. I'm telling, I'm not selling. You see, Lou, I'm a Harvard man. We don't sell, we tell. It's part of the deal. Christopher, do you see any attempt on our part to sell him anything? I see that we're telling him things. I don't see we're selling him anything.
No.
Members of the community,
Because we
would you care to express a comment to Lou?
We don't
He's
sell
got the
anything.
wrong end of the dog. We inform people, we advise people, we counsel people. Very often we hold their hand. I've had them in tears from crises. We do it all here. This is a community of home-based business owners. You couldn't be more mistaken. Now, have you got anything else to say? Because we told you. Members of this community, here we've got a guy who's a skeptic. He thinks he's going to look us over. Hey, look me over. That happened 23 years ago and forward. Anybody
You're
care
not
to
being sold anything here, Lou. You're being given an opportunity to join us
As a matter of fact,
and learn what we know.
As a matter of fact, at this precise point, Lou, being almost 70 as I am, I'm going to keep my advice for someone who isn't so hostile and is more agreeable, amenable, friendly, and human. Understand?
No one's ridiculing you.
Boy, my man, you have a chip on your shoulder a mile long. I wish my father was here. He always said, the man whose chip is on his shoulder, knock it off.
You were warned you wouldn't like what you would be told.
And Lou, may I point out, no one put a gun to your head to get here. You're visiting us. We're not visiting you. Now, I'm going to carry on now. I am looking for people who have been bled white by schemes and scammers, who don't have traffic, don't have a tutor. I want to talk to you about tutors. I'm a Harvard man. I used to tutor at Harvard many years ago. Then I got bumped up to being a lecturer. Bottom line is this. Education is the tool of success. George Kosh is an educator. You might think of him as Captain Kosh, ex-American Air Force, but he is primarily an instructor, an educator, a man who gives of his mentality and unstinted. Boy, you know, if I were George Kosh, I wouldn't give anybody a dime. He's just that generous. I also wanted to put him under a microscope. How the hell did he get to do this? And I get to be such a fitting with the nickels and dimes. George Kosh is a gift to all of you who want to have home-based businesses of success at home. He is a gift. The first person who got that gift was me. And I was smart enough 23 years ago to realize, hey, this guy is for real. This is the real deal. 23 years I've invested. That's a long chunk even for a person who's 70. Chris, have you ever been lied to by us? Have you ever been spit upon? Have you ever been thrown out the door? Have you ever been told you're a loser? Have you ever been, in short, devalued in any way?
Well, I've been bullied, and I've been beat up, and I've been knocked about, but I've never been lied to.
I was thinking, did I knock you up? Gosh. So I was such a fool. Particularly with an older man who beat him up and let him know who's boss. It's one of my favorite things. There are currently over 90 people in the rafters. Let me say this. Come down and talk to us. We can establish you in a successful home-based business here. Immediately. No pussyfooting around. But if you do want to pussyfoot, please go somewhere else. There are over 3 billion people on the internet today that will double in the next 20 years. We have so many prospects, even I find myself daunted by this. If you want success, come to us. We've been there, know where you're coming from. We'll hold your hand. Yes, we'll kick you too. We'll love you. That's more than anybody else can say. God, my God, Chris, I'm an old codger now, becoming the lovable and rich. What next? What next, indeed? Anyway,
you're starting to mellow in your old age.
I can't stand it. I can't stand mellow. Oh, God, don't make me mellow. I enjoy being an old cuss. I truly believe that mellowness is a sign of decay. Yikes. And I'm not letting you go gentle into this good night either, so don't even dream of it. We have some guests, Wayne Whitehead. We have Wayne White from here. And we have, I believe it's called King Singh from Cambodia. Let me tell you about my relationship with Cambodia. I happen to have been presented to King Sina during the midst of the Cambodian incursions. I wrote an article about it at jeffreylantarticles.com. I know something about Cambodia, and I have a personal reverence for the Cambodians who have suffered so much. Such a charming country, so elegant, so pleasant, so serene, so destroyed. So, here you are, Kim Feng. Did you know that I was presented to your king, King Sihanouk? You, of course, knew King Sihanouk, who is the only figure of international importance that Cambodia produced in the hundreds or more. King, do you currently have a home-based business? If you have it, let me know. If you wish to establish one, let me know that as well. And I'm also speaking to Wayne Whitehead, because hopefully Kim Feng and Wayne will be amenable to linking arms and becoming part of our network so that we can help them grow in prosperity. And may I say a word that is no longer in current honor? For Worldprofit is an honorable concern. Kim Feng, would you please respond to me? And Mr. White is flitted away. Waiting for Kim. 1 minute. Kim, if you are shy about putting in a comment, Mr. Chris has posted a comment for you on the screen to an attention to the name. You know, Kim, maybe to Chris, King Sihanouk, when I met him, was having a problem because he had, in the latter part of the war, he had endorsed Pol Pot as Khmer Rouge. The United States government took an extraordinarily dim view of that. So he came to Cambridge to get academic opinion on his side. And I wrote an article about it, and it would be advisable for anyone who's interested in political science and international relations. jeffreylant.com, I'm sorry, jeffreylantarticles.com, type in the word Cambodia. I think you'll learn something. So, Do you want to say anything before I carry on? I'm trying to remain polite, but God knows some people do push it.
No, no, you can. Oh, my voice is going. God.
Mine too. I've had laryngitis for 2 weeks.
God, I've got a lung stuck in my throat.
Now, Kim Fang says, let me in a few minutes. Kim Fang, you need to click on the green box that says watch video.
He is watching the video.
I am not going to sell anyone anything, but I am going to tell you about things and you'll sell yourself. If you want the results, you'll reach out to us to get them. And remember, we've been around for a very long period of time. We are the doyen of home-based business establishments in this world. And by the way, so many colleagues are dead from the ancient days of the 70s. I am now the only living person who was involved in that period of American home-based business creation. And that was a very flourishing time period. And I'm living proof. Oh my God, Chris, if I'm turning into an Abraham, I'm turning into a statue from Mount Rushmore. What next?
No, you won't be a statue on Mount Rushmore. You'll be a scarecrow in the garden.
Oh, now listen to me. Since you're going to be little crows. Crows and jackdaws and ravens are extremely intelligent. Did you know that? You know how they are the most intelligent of birds? Do you know that? That's why Alfred Hitchcock selected them for the birds. I think you should go back and be scared all over again. I want to go through the people who are with us today. When you join us, you get access to our monitors. These are people who, almost to a person, have successful home-based businesses, and they generously donate their time to help your home-based business grow. For example, Chris Dennis was, I believe, were you the second or the third to a monitor going back those years?
I'm not sure. Second or third, yeah.
What did you think you were getting into in those years? Because nothing like it had ever existed before. Nothing like it has existed since.
I had no idea whatsoever. I didn't have one clue what I was getting into.
Just as well had you known you might have done it. I had no idea either. The day that the Live Business Center started was December the 16th, 2006. I'm more quite precise about the date. George was going to Mexico to play golf, and from the helicopter he called me and said, we're going to go public with the Live Business Center in 20 minutes. Go get your webcam and your headset. Now, you know I'm not a person that's too much skill in terms of running around, much less like orders. But I ran to Harvard Square, bought the webcam headset, returned here, and installed it with another one of my doctors that I don't do too well on. And we went public with 15 seconds to spare. And the place was packed, absolutely packed from the very first moment. It's been packed ever since. That all happened, and George has a rather puckish sense of humor. He said, whenever you have a problem, email. Whenever I had a problem, I had another problems that day. How does this work? Why are they saying here? Where we didn't have any channels, we didn't have any barriers. It was just a free-for-all. Did I have any problems? George! That was my way of saying. And he was very Gary Cooperish and everything. I'd call him in a panic. And he would say, I'll get to it on the next tee. He was answering tech questions and queries and help aidez-moi from the greens in Yucatan. Did you ever see such a thing? It's not such a suave thing as that. I was very impressed. I was so leaguered by the world. What I want to do now is I want to bring Miss Patrice up for a few comments. We're going to have Christopher come back with some more comments. And I'm hoping that we'll get some contact and interactivity from the people in the audience here. And as you see, folks, I consistently mentioned all through the program, home business success. I bet I said it 100 times during the course of the program. Please, you've watched us go through many manifestations and relations with Google and Twitter.
Yeah, and YouTube, and building the opportunity here at Worldprofit to be able to build a successful home-based businesses, and training with the likes of yourself, Dr. Lant, and George Kosh, and having the support of Sandy Hunter there. It's actually quite unbelievable that the caliber of folks that you'll be working with here at Worldprofit, helping you in every step to develop your home-based business. And if people want to check my home-based central, it's at www.20waystoprofit.com. And I've also developed a home business with the tools and resources here at Worldprofit to help people create abundance by gardening. And that's at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And you can catch the replays of these Surefire Success Home Business Success programs up on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And earlier programs from our Anything Goes programs are up on there too. And with that, I shall say my adieus, and it's a wonderful new chapter we're starting.
No, you can't away. Oh, you can't see. I'm going to be, over the course of the next months and years, throwing zingers at people. For example, did you ever consider that Buckingham Palace was a home-based business?
No, I never thought of that. No, it's quite a different perspective that way, looking at the Buckingham Palace as a home business.
Well, do you think the Windsors are devoted to their craft and business? Do you think they are devoted?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Do you think the children are brought up in the firm, the traditions of the firm, learning from an early age what to do?
Right from the very beginning. They're schooled in their tasks for what they're being brought up in.
I want one from the very first moment they're born. They're part of the firm. I want to have you answer one question for me.
Okay.
One of my many goals of the series of articles is that I broaden people's minds and stop them thinking that they have to do it off a kitchen table. They have to be poor. They have no future. And my response over it. Home-based business is merely a place where things start. It is not a place where things end, necessarily.
Yeah.
And so my goal for this series of articles, a series of lectures, is very simple. Have I helped you to develop and maintain and grow a successful home-based business? Has it worked? Did you follow any advice? And if you didn't, why didn't you do it? Very simple.
Well, that's like, I live in an isolated community, and I've been able here to join a community of like-minded people and develop my business like worldwide. And I had been looking, and this Worldprofit was the first place where I actually started making money, and I was just doing affiliate marketing at first, but you gave me the tools and resources, the confidence to be able to develop my own products, my own business, and working with yourself, Dr. Lant, and the training from George Kosh and his wonderful tools. It's opened a whole new world for myself. I never could have even imagined that that opportunity was there when I started looking at it. it wasn't what I had imagined, and you've opened all sorts of doors, and it's wonderful, and I would encourage anybody else who's looking for a home business or...
I want you to answer one question for me for the audience.
Okay.
Here's the question. We have so many people that come in here who are timid, shy, afraid to put their toe in the water. You were fairly timid when you came to us. Tell them how your endeavors here, including your home-based business, have developed and helped you develop as a person.
Well, first of all, like the first step was the confidence. I might say that with George Kosh's, the ability to create an ebook. So that was my first step of getting my material out there. And then when I came up and started training with you and being up on screen so that you have a visible presence, and you start with your video marketing, and you just start to become comfortable on screen and realizing that this is real people here, and that you're working with real people, and it just gave me an enormous amount of confidence and a presence on a video presence, and your expertise and nudges has really moved me along that way, and as I say, opened many doors. It's much appreciated.
Well, it was more than deserved. That's what I have to say. More than deserved. This is Patrice Porter. She's one of the people that you worked with when you became involved with Worldprofit. She gave generously of her time, her spirit, her cheerful outlook. You're not going to hear that in any other business side either. But their outlooks are at a discount in this world. We've got one of the best right here. So that's you right at you with the cheerfulness award.
With that, thank you very much, and I will see you on the next Surefire Home Business Success Program, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
Christopher, minutes, please come up so we can follow up on our program.
Yes, thank you for Patrice's. It certainly does open your mind to other things. You don't need to focus on just one thing. You can go anywhere you like on the internet.
Many people associated with Worldprofit have various kinds of physical ailments. I certainly do. Chris, this is a home away from home for people who are being shut inside. It's a sad reality of our age that people who are older are shifted and thrust out. There's a lot less in going on and a lot less more out. You agree? If they become, as they get older, they get less desirable in their own minds, and they get less of the goodies, and they start to kind of crunch themselves.
Yes,
Comment?
That's a fact, because I've got a few ailments as well. Arthritis, blood pressure, hyperthyroidism, COPD, just to name a few. And I can't do the things that I used to be able to do. Not that I'd want to now, but I can do this easily because I can do it sitting down at my desk.
I want to speak, therefore, to all the so-called senior citizens. God knows I'm one myself. I didn't like it at all. Although now I've discovered something to the trade being a senior citizen. I'll tell you one before I go on to my serious remarks. Not too many days ago, I dropped all the groceries on the floor of the lobby. All the cans were rolling around. Mr. Joseph was parking the car, and I should have relied on him, but I didn't. Mr. Joseph was my chauffeur. And now it's like, oh my God, I'm making a fool of myself, dropping all the groceries all over the place. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, swooped this extraordinarily beautiful woman. She said, "Sir, may I help you?" "Help me? You can marry me and take care of me for the rest of my life." One of the things that I've discovered about aging is that it presents a different kind of opening. We think of young people as being hostile to elder people. They're not hostile, they're misformed. If they are in a group of each other, then they play off against their hostility. Now, that's a different matter. But when you meet them in onesies and twosies, perfectly charming. And I must say, I'm getting used to having to pick up my groceries off Florida. I'm positively rolling the cans along the floor by myself to ensure that I get the attention. If you are a senior citizen, if you are even just a hair over 50, and you are facing the crunch that Social Security is not enough, it's all about a home-based business. Come to us. We know what you're going through. We've been there. Some of us still are there. Come to us and say, I am a senior citizen, I am a baby boomer, whatever, and you want some help. You will find us respectful. And by the way, we're humorous. Old age is not a way station for the mournful and the grave. It's an establishment where all the wit and wisdom of a lifetime is pulled together. So, because after all, we do know more than anyone less our age, don't we? So we must put it to work. Come to us. If you're a baby boomer, you're a senior citizen, if you don't like what's happening to you, if you don't like being pushed out of the way, this is a place of friendship, it's a place of good humor, it's a place of money. And don't tell me for a minute that an extra couple $100 or $400 or $500 a month wouldn't matter. It would matter a great deal for every person on this street. Chris, any comment about senior citizens and what we offer with World Profit?
Well, not only what we offer for World Profit. 6 days a week I drive a taxi, and I get young people telling me things that they wouldn't tell their parents, and it's quite scary at sometimes, but they're all fun.
That's what you think. I have a whole new way of doing now. I just look helpless. Cute. And help. Cute part of the puzzle.
Can you look cute?
Well, it's an acquired act, Takes any number of trips to Max Factor, but it works out in the long run. I want to thank everybody in our inaugural mission of our new lineups. Like the previous lines in the series, we are the longest running program on the internet. We are focused on your home business. We know how to do them. We've created tens of thousands of them. But we do it in an environment which is positive, not negative. If you have been shunted aside, scammed, you don't know how to create a home-based business, you don't know how to grow it, you're in the right place. Come tomorrow. Don't come once and say, that's it. It'd be like reading the news once saying, well, I've done that, now I know what I can do. This is a program where you will learn things every single day, and where we are open to the possibility of interacting with you and talking to you straight right in the camera. I want to thank Christopher Innes. He is at PIP. He's usually more sardonic, but he's got laryngitis. I'm usually more sardonic, but I've got laryngitis, so we're putting it aside for the next program. Chris, any last thought from you?
No, not really. But was that commentator you were thinking of, Keith Olbermann?
No. I'd like to know where you're finding these people. You're probably finding them off the Iowa Register, the Des Moines Register, or the Chicago Tribune. Just for the record, NBC Radio, New York, nationally syndicated. This has been Dr. Jim Lant, really thanking you all for joining us in our inaugural program. Tune in every day. Every day you want to make your home business, come talk to us. We'll destroy it. We'll give you a good program. And now, without further ado, I'm going to go down. The next time you see me wearing this gown may be Harvard commencement next month. I may even go and talk to former Governor Deval Patrick. I think he'd like to see me.